Yeah, that's kind of interesting. All the discussion with how ChatGPT, basically artificial intelligence, will come and steal our jobs as developers. So I would like to kind of try to play around a little bit more about that ChatGPT. Basically try to ask to generate some code and see how that will work. Didn't manage to do that, but assume that could work. I asked it for one example on one of Twitch streams, but yeah, that was just one kind of piece of code, and that was valid Swift UI code, valid answer. So I'm kind of curious, can we ask robots to help us to build an app? That's basically what I will try to do. Background music lower, okay. I'm going to do that. Let's do that here in Mixer. Now that will be, I don't know, let's say about 30% less. Let me know if that is good. Better? I hope. Okay, and I don't have kind of. Okay, let me answer that question first. Let's say that question what I kind of included a little bit in title, and then we can play around a little bit with all of that stuff, tools, and see am I right or am I wrong, and so on. So I personally, as I'm indie developer and freelancer, and basically I'm building applications for myself and for others, as service, and for myself as basically building business. And I'm actually excited to see those tools coming, because that makes my job easier. Writing code, exactly programming, is kind of necessary evil. I just have to do that to get from idea to the app store with my own apps, and also to deliver service or products to my freelance customers. So I am kind of not scared to see those artificial intelligence coming into this kind of programming niche. And I don't think it is going to replace software engineers anytime soon. But for those who see themselves as, I don't know, just, those code monkeys, it was name for persons who just getting task programming, giving back, or just, I don't know, coders or programmers on simplest kind of explanation of this word. I think that niche is kind of in trouble. Not today, not tomorrow, but in 5 years, I don't know. That could be different, yeah. Yeah, and let me explain why. Because I will try to kind of practical examples later. I will try to use those tools just for my own apps, or maybe just to create some test app. But what I'm thinking from what I saw already, kind of using GitHub Copilot for a few days, and from other kind of, not programming, but kind of other answers that I saw on ChatGPT. So answers to some simple questions, I don't know, to write functions, additional functions for existing code and so on, that already works very well. So some kind of junior programming tasks already can be done by those tools. I don't know, to add some additional feature and so on. Not exactly kind of done automatically, but I will say almost automatically. You can just, I don't know, write kind of good comments and code will be generated for that, and start writing functions, and that smart autocomplete doing that very fast, very quick. So I think that those entry-level programming jobs, those will be kind of, let's say so, those will be available forever because somewhere you should start to grow, but you will be not able to stay on those entry-level jobs. Yeah, and I understand that most of developers are not willing to do that, not planning to do that, but there are a lot of developers who are basically staying not on junior, but on, let's say, on some mid-level and not trying to grow somewhere and learn something new, because programming is also just job, and that is completely fine to go at the job at the morning, let's say at 8 o'clock, and kind of work until 5 and then forgot about programming, and basically you are just getting tasks, delivering whatever code is needed for that, and then forgot. And working like that, you basically can stay on some medium level in some small niche forever. Let me catch up on comments. So Miguel has tried ChatGPT yesterday and been using Copilot for a few months already. Okay. Yeah, I completely agree. There is plenty of space to something go wrong. Yeah. "10 years ago, say to get into machine learning." Oh, okay. It will be every year after time. Yeah, he was right, exactly. Yeah, Mega, I agree with you. That will become a new skill that will be required for junior devs. No, I think that, okay, for next, I don't know. Yeah, we don't know how fast progress will move, how, I don't know what kind of jumps we will see in progress. We can't know that. We'll see. But I think that in near future, requirements for junior devs will be the same what we have now, because you have to start somewhere. But from kind of more senior developers, that will be expected that you will be able to use those tools more efficiently, and those tools will come kind of more and more. Sorry, this music is a bit too loud for me. Let me fix that. That actually is in my monitoring, not in your headphones. Okay. And yeah, I think that will be just really hard to stay on that kind of little bit above junior development kind of level, and you will have to grow. And for those who are more in more senior roles, or who are working on themselves, or who are kind of working as consultants, those tools are only beneficial because we can kind of work faster. That is just one more tool under the belt, and yeah, we can move quicker. And I don't think that so let's realize what is this GitHub Copilot, or what is this kind of code generation by artificial intelligence. Basically, all of that is just examples from human written code, and basically those models should be trained on something. And yeah, of course, we can talk about who will train those models. So we will need some specialists who will do that, and that should be done. But currently, basically, that's those models, whatever art what you see posted online, that's art which is created by artificial intelligence. Basically, that is just posted, generated from existing art what is created by humans. And and of course, those kind of robots, artificial intelligence, whatever algorithms can repurpose that already created kind of code or art and build new kind of stuff from that. But anyways, fresh ideas, initial ideas should come from somewhere, and currently that problem is not solved. I don't think that will be solved in near future. So we still need someone who will kind of come up with smart solutions and write good code for all those code generators. Yeah, and Miguel, that is what I'm saying, that most of the people are somewhere in the middle, and that staying in the middle, if you are on kind of, I don't know, okay, middle, it is kind of very wide kind of zone, but a huge space. But I think that staying in the middle can be tricky if you will, for those who will be kind of lazy and will not kind of look on kind of tools, because with all that automation and making programming faster, and that is no brainer, that even today Copilot, all those tools that helps us to kind of work faster, that will kind of make those developers who are effective even more effective. And yeah, that will be possible to hire less developers, sure. And there is a risk that some of those who will kind of stagnate and stay in that low mid kind of level can lose their jobs. Yeah. Copilot is great for prototyping, lots of snippets generated. Yes, exactly. Not always suitable. Yeah. But yeah, tricky part with that code generation, we are not in the danger just now, because, you know, Stack Overflow already kind of said that they are not allowing copy-pasting answers from ChatGPT because those not always are right, and that is always kind of hard to kind of find errors in it. I used GitHub Copilot for 2 days, but I already kind of saw a few errors that I kind of had to fix in suggested kind of solutions. And those were kind of, I don't know, kind of, I would say, human errors. That is kind of horrible part in that code would still work. That was more like business logic kind of error, just a little bit wrong kind of approach for kind of if statements, that's it. And otherwise that function improvement was kind of nice, but yeah, basically you have to verify that code anyways. Basically you have to understand what is suggested to you. So that's one more reason why we are safe. And I would like to show you one example. I actually I upgraded iPhone from iPhone 13 to iPhone 14. Yeah, try to guess which one is which. Looks pretty much the same, right? But I planning to do kind of short YouTube video when I will say why I upgraded and why I think what are reasons to upgrade and so on. And then I decided, oh, right, there is this artificial intelligence. We'll see. I decided let's try to ask to generate that topic, kind of describe that topic by this kind of ChatGPT. So basically I asked it, generate YouTube script, cover reasons why content creator or programmer should upgrade from iPhone 13 to 14. Basically that script is kind of not interesting at all, but this one, point 3, 5G connectivity. The iPhone 14 Pro is the first iPhone to support 5G, yada yada yada. That's absolutely wrong statement, even in such kind of simple topic. And I said, point 3 is completely wrong. 5G is supported in Science iPhone 12. And there is, yeah, I apologize, yada yada. Basically, that is it. Yeah, they're kind of getting information from whatever publicly is posted somewhere, and it is very kind of simple stuff. Fact. I mean, and I don't know, even in such simple kind of, I don't know, specification, how to get that wrong, I don't know, that's silly. And we don't need even go into details about code and programming, you know. That's a bit a shame. Okay. Let's try to do some practical stuff. But I didn't manage. I tried today to ask to generate some code, but didn't manage to do that because got answers that I'm asking too much questions. And probably system was already kind of a bit overloaded. I don't know, maybe whatever, there are some kind of limitations. I played around on beginning with the recipes and random stuff to impress my wife, and when I got to my programming questions, I already got kind of answers that I have to kind of calm down and wait a bit. Okay, but now I would like to try. It's about an hour. I hope I can ask new questions. I will try to write requests to create some actually habit tracking applications. That will be way too hard. Let's ask something more simple. Oh, I know what. Create example which we'll see. Last 10 video thumbnails. I don't know if that's possible. From YouTube channel and show them, let's say, in lazy grid. I will be a bit more specific lazy grid. Okay, on screen we'll see what. And let's give YouTube channel link. I will give a link to my channel. We'll see if that will work. I have no idea. I didn't try that before. I have no idea what will it work or not. Switch to app example, which will download last 10 video thumbnails from YouTube channel. Okay, let's try. Yeah, of course, to download the last 10. Not cool. Okay, there is something. There should be some API. Yeah, thanks for reminder. Hit that like button, guys. Yeah, that really helps. Yeah. Let me move it here to be a bit more visible. Hello. Yes, I'm still alive. Yeah. People who can think and analyze always will have job. Exactly. Yeah, I think, I am more like a product person, and I see programming more like a tool just to kind of just to be able to build apps and create products and so on. And I would be happy if I can just define requirements in more or less plain text and get kind of working solution. Hey Foxbit. Hey Jack. Yeah. Okay, we have some code. Let's try to create new project and copy paste. We'll see if that works or not. New project. App. Okay, that is YouTube. Let's say partner, whatever. I don't know why partner, helper, whatever. Test projects, not there, but here. Okay, here we have our project. Okay, what we have here? So that is yeah, basically that is our view. Okay, cool. Let's copy paste it here. So far it's obviously that should work. Okay, let me move myself somewhere. Do not be in a way of the screen, and I will make that code a bit more readable. Okay, basically here is to do part to download those apps. Oh, actually here it is continue. Basically we have to use YouTube API. Here's an example how you might do that. Here it is. Let's just copy code. Oh, nice. Here is even button for that. Basically that is the same screen but with already function in it. I don't know why we import foundation as well. Why? We don't need it. Cannot find Json in scope. Oh, we need Json for foundation? Foundation for Json, really? I'm not sure. Huh. Let Json try. Maybe that is some pseudo code, but doesn't look like. Okay, I will. Once you have timeline, also you can for each loop to. Yeah. All looks correct. I didn't write JSON kind of parsing stuff for years because all my projects has custom backend, and I don't work with JSON. Strong text loading thumbnails. Insert. Can I ask to put that for each together? Content view. At what age I started coding? Oh, professionally, I started to do that at late 30s. Okay, here it is kind of, yeah, here I have my for each function. So it will be really interesting if this can really generate, if it is really can generate working code even without looking into the YouTube documentation. And to be frank, I don't even really know if there is open API to access the data, but I don't understand why JSON got error here. Why we are getting error here? Okay, that could be. Cannot find JSON in scope. Can I write it back to the... Of course we can jump to the Stack Overflow and all that stuff, but I'm not the one who should do this job. That doesn't sound like true because from Swift 3 there was kind of JSON parsing already supported. I not the best example for myself to do, to be frank, because I didn't do any JSON parsing. I don't know, for last 4 years. Do we really need add this dependency? Okay, Swifty JSON for sure was a thing before iOS, before Swift 4. Swift 3 probably still had kind of problem, but okay, whatever, I do not mind, I can add that package. How long does it take to become on this level that you can start for yourself business content or contract work? I will say 6 to 9 months is kind of something to be able to do something, but I highly recommend to you to try to get kind of job into the in the company somewhere, because then you will grow much faster. Okay, let's add the dependency. I am pretty sure that that is not the right approach to solve this problem, because package dependencies, let's add, because JSON parsing is supported. But okay, let's add the Swifty JSON. It should, but there was JSON decoder. He was able to say even if you need to transfer from some camel. If you need to kind of change it and all that stuff, but I just don't want to kind of deep dive in that, solving that problem with JSON, let's say so. I just ask it to solve this problem, and we'll see if chatbot will do. It should, and as I said, that is not the right approach for this case to kind of add that dependency, because JSON parsing was supported is supported in Swift. Loading thumbnails. Interesting. Will it really work? Maybe we need to run it on simulator. Let's try. I'm not sure if that preview will kind of fetch data really from the YouTube. If you do some JavaScript development, you always adding libraries. Oh yeah, that could be also the problem. APK. URL, your APK. Okay, I see. Yes. So that will not work without APK. But okay, whatever. It's kind of trying, Where's my simulator? It's hard to find a junior job in iOS development. Currently working as a web dev to pay bills. I want to build a project for around X amount of time, then start slowly to business. Short of my plan. Yeah, but yeah, I see your point, but I don't think you should apply to junior jobs if you're already kind of working as a developer. Because if you are already working as a web developer, you are in software development business already, and you know plenty of things. I don't know how to, a lot basically. What's going on? Where is my simulator? Okay, we'll force kill it. Okay, that should not work without APK, and I'm not going to request APK now. But yeah, I think that that could work as well. To learn to start build your own projects and try to kind of publish applications in the App Store, build some portfolio, and then you can see is your app business growing, or maybe you would like to kind of get into freelancing, whatever, any of that will work. Yeah. Hey Attila. Actually, why chat is frozen here for me? But yeah, if you're already working as a developer, doing whatever, I don't think you ever again should apply for junior jobs. You just kind of have to hit kind of that ground running, just learn whatever is necessary for that specific kind of place where you would like to apply, and try to get into the whatever, just regular developer position. I'm foreigner, I want big business. Business. Big business. Очень большой big business. Yeah, I see. Okay, it was fun exercise, but okay, let's try to maybe build. That was cool. Reset thread, but I kind of pointed myself into the corner with the APK, but I have to say that chatbot, whatever, let's say chatbot, open API tried. Okay, let's do different. Name and date for, there will be profession probably like those kind of description writer for app generation. That can be a good profession in about 5 years. And data. My English starting to broke here already. Executed task, perhaps. Okay, let's stop here and we'll see what we will get in result. Okay, that will basically save all the kind of data in local variables. That's fine. You have only for JS you have so all those libraries. Yeah. Oh, Falin, hey, hello. Oh yeah, that's an interesting question. Maybe you can do not kind of jump on mobile apps first, but try to start kind of freelance business with kind of PVA. Basically, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that will be perfect. Yeah. You can just kind of throw a link to the Jira and say, yeah, please close all the tasks, yeah, and buy flights. Do you think will API replace us? No, never. Okay, so I missed it. But that's a lot of code. Let's just do, you know, the best practice from Stack Overflow. I will stay in the same project because whatever. So we have structure for habit. Basically, we ask it name and execution date. I don't see where we. Okay. Okay, date will be here. Okay. Private var habits. Private var new habit. So user probably will be able for each. Okay, let's try. You know, let's try. We can't. Habit is let constant. Okay, let's change it to the var. That's it. Okay. How you find freelance customers? Let's see if our Slack chatbot will catch this. I have a video about that on the channel. Cannot mutate member. It's kind of getting boring. Why so many errors? Okay, we can go basically and fix all those errors one by one, but basically that's kind of one more time that is proved that basically you have to understand what you are asking and what you are doing. So that's kind of half working. You can get some simple Apple examples. You can get something half working. Oh, hey, Jay. Hello, Jay Wilson. Yeah, it's kind of giving you half of the answer, I will say. And that is, I don't know, I personally not planning to use this ChatGPT for kind of real work. Unlikely I will do that. But GitHub Copilot, yes, I will use it. I like it. And that kind of helps much more. Because here, basically, if you're kind of asking to generate application, you have to figure out what is exactly kind of provided, fix problems, then kind of ask the chatbot to fix that. Not always that is faster than to write something. And if you are a total beginner, basically if you are just starting, then it is kind of even harder to understand because, you know, I remember when I was learning, basically you are following tutorials and you are kind of starting to get errors and you are kind of screwed. You don't know how to get back to the working app. You are kind of lost. It's spending a lot of time kind of fixing project, getting back on the track to just follow that tutorial. If you will ask to generate something and then you will try to understand how it's working, why it's working, no way. So that definitely is not tool for juniors, but when that will kind of grow up and will be kind of smarter to say, yeah, maybe we can use it. But there is also kind of question about safety. That is one thing. What will happen if someone will try to feed, you know, kind of some not so great kind of code examples to those tools. Also about how that works accordingly, kind of ethics. Basically, that is generated based on other people's code. How good you feel about that, all that stuff, you know. Copilot disappoints also sometimes. Suggested to use functions that is definite 3 lines above, but parameters was all messed up. Yes. Exactly. I basically had the same problem today. Basically, I had function which was relatively crappy written, And I basically asked Copilot to kind of regenerate it. I saw where there are kind of problems in that function. Doesn't matter if I wrote that function or someone else. But basically, I wanted to fix that function, make it better. And yeah, currently I am in in phase when I'm kind of trying to play around with that Copilot, and I was kind of happy to kind of throw the task to Copilot. And function was kind of very simple, just to verify one form, and that function was written in that form. Basically, that function was written that text field was kind of read from form, and basically it was counted if it is kind of bigger than 0. And if basically count of characters in the text form is bigger than 0, and that's basically is not most effective way. More effective is just to ask, is it empty? Is empty, in Swift. That is faster and more effective. And I basically wanted to change that, and I asked it basically Copilot to come up with example, and Copilot came up with example, and did exactly that. But for few kind of lines, for few fields in that form, that was kind of very simple difference. There was, in those few, there was just verification, is that provided value is bigger than 2 or 3, whatever characters basically. That should not be shorter than 2 characters. And Copilot also just changed that to, if it is empty, if it is not empty, then we are kind of good. So kind of rocky mistake, And you basically have to be careful. It's really helpful when you kind of just write comments that you need function to whatever to give back some to data, something like that, and it comes up with answer, but you have to basically understand what's happening and kind of follow that code closely. And that basically sounds quite similar, actually, like you say. Simple mistake, all the data was there. Why, I'm in virtual right now. If I go to rig to meet, how meeting with me will help you. You can. I'm not in Riga. I'm open. If I'm in Riga, I'm kind of open to meet for coffee and so on. But I'm not in Riga. I'm in different city, and I just coming from Warsaw. It's kind of you are kind of putting a lot of pressure on me. What you expect to get from one coffee meeting me? I'm on Discord, for example. You can catch me on Discord, and you can ask whatever questions you want. Let's see if we will get Discord link. Just jump on Discord, and basically we are kind of I am there, and few more kind of guys and girls from YouTube and Twitch and so on, and yeah, we discussing a lot of different questions from keyboards to programming to business and so on. Okay. Yeah, I think that build the indie apps. I think that if you already are into the web development, then this PVA kind of is good option, because you don't need kind of learn kind of new tools, and that's kind of cool. By the chance, do you know is there any meetups or conference happening in Baltics? Oh, I will say almost nothing. Before COVID, yes, we have kind of iOS developers kind of group, whatever it is, but not so many meetups happened. And when meetups happened, I don't know, their biggest crowd was 3 or 4 of us. I don't remember. And yeah, it's nothing happens here, unfortunately. Yeah, that was kind of, we met a few times, and basically we just, I don't know, two of them was just, I don't know, to meet to have a meeting to meet for beers, and basically that was it. conferences, there was twice. There was mobile development conferences in Riga, 2 years in a row, back in 2017, I guess. So it was in 17, in 18, and guys from Android user group organized it, and then probably they was bored to do that, or money coming away, or Google decided to do not sponsor them anymore. I don't know, but basically they stopped. And yeah, that was in a year before COVID that didn't happen. So when I expected that basically next one is coming, and that was kind of it, yeah. So nothing much happens. I don't know. For example, Warsaw, next, not so far away, there much more activities happen. So I know that there was a mobile development conference not few months ago, somewhere in autumn. Don't remember exactly when, but I remember that there was it. Yeah. Okay. This is kind of cool, but okay. I will say that I think that this kind of asking to generate some code, some applications, that is fun exactly for what we just did, to try to build some, ask to generate something and see if that works or not. So that GitHub Copilot is much interesting tool and much more handy. The problem with GitHub Copilot is that it is not working with Xcode, and I don't know when or if that will work, but UpCode is working with it. Can I get to new projects? A new project will create new project, right? Yes. Now go away. I'm not familiar with UpCode. Open. It's kind of slowish a little bit, and also, yeah, I'm not very handy with it yet, but I'm kind of trying to use it and trying to get better with it. And yeah, we'll see how that will go. Oh, Argentina in the chat. Hey. Hello, Bekodev. Okay. Let's see. Can I build this up? So UpCode, after using Xcode for so many years, feels like, I don't know, a little bit from another planet. But yeah, they are kind of building tools, development tools for all the, I don't know, whatever, many different programming languages, Java, whatever, I don't know, C#. And for some reason they decided to build a tool for iOS developers as well. Nice. I'm kind of happy about that, but problem is that they do not support plenty of things, and I'm kind of interesting to see if... I remember that there was problem with core data models. Probably that still is. This is our core data model. Will it do something with it? No. Yeah. Nothing will happen. Yeah, that still is a thing. Basically, you are not able to work with core data from UpCode. You can't open your core data model to add kind of new fields, do whatever. But also previews doesn't work. I don't know if you, for example, calendar. You, for example. You can't get preview, you can't see anything. That's kind of annoying. I'm not a big fan of that. But today I spent all the day programming in UpCode, and yeah, I was kind of happy because of GitHub, that Copilot, and I have to say that because of that I will stick with it. What are those red things? Cannot find habit in scope. Really? Oh. But habit is core data object. Oh, that's very interesting. it's very interesting, I have to say. Here I see error. Oh, but application is built. That's how that works. Okay, let's try to add habit. Let's say reading. Let's go for daily. Done. Why you didn't disappear? You should. Okay, let's rebuild. I don't know what's happened. Yeah, now it works. It works fine. But I'm getting errors here. That's very strange. Yeah, that's very interesting because I paid $100 for yearly license. Basically, I paid that just to get it working with GitHub Copilot to see if I like it. And now I wanted to kind of try to see if I can get some suggestions from Copilot for my code improvements, but I see that we have a problem here with accessing core data elements because we have the day, all that stuff, basically daytime. I have errors here because core data elements are not visible for UpCode. I was thinking that I will be just limited only with, I will not have possibility to edit core data, but I can't even work with application with core data. I'm getting errors here. I don't know. Okay, I have do some research and see if not know, generally, to see if there is workaround, but that looks very strange. Because here is the same application, and here is that core data model. It is here, so habit, day, all that is on place, and if I will build it from the Xcode, I should have no problems. And that kind of sucks. I was thinking about working on that habit application today using UpCode, and that kind of sucks. Okay, let's try to build here. I'm 99% sure that I will got 0 errors here. Yeah. Just warnings. Yeah, that works just fine. It works just fine. And yeah, previews is kind of big deal in SwiftUI. Okay, when I will say when user interface is done, then those previews are not so important. And if you, for example, I'm planning to use both applications to use UpCode to basically write some kind of mind business logic function, stuff like that, to get all those suggestions. And when I will kind of work on more visual stuff, user interface, maybe animations, then I will use Xcode. But that's core data is kind of important thing. Okay, I think that's kind of blocking me today. I planned to work a little bit on that business logic and use GitHub Copilot, but probably that will not be a thing. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Do we have anything else to chat? And that was not so important. That was just basically in the same topic, and I wanted to play around to see if we will find something else to discuss about that. But whatever, not important. Okay, do we have any questions in chat to answer? Yeah, Nordibek. If you have any questions what you would like to ask to me in person, feel free to ask them now. It's no problem to answer them. Okay, how did you learn to read the Apple documentation? Oh, currently Apple documentation is much better, I will say. But back in the days when I learned Swift and started to learn UIKit, I didn't learn from Apple documentation. In my opinion, Apple documentation is good for reference if you already kind of understand what you are looking for when you are kind of jumping to see what kind of modifiers are available for some specific Swift UI elements, or what kind of functionality any of those UIKit APIs have, something like that, you know, not to learn from it, but use it just for that, to jump on something, yeah. When do you work on your own projects? Do you plan tickets, estimates? Yes, I kind of trying to write down features and kind of split them, which is kind of going to the next release, what is not. Currently, I am trying to use GitHub projects. It kind of works okay for me. Let me open GitHub. So in GitHub projects, basically I have all my indie apps in the one project, and then I have something in progress, something ready for release. Actually, those are already kind of released. I have to move those to the closet, but whatever, yeah. But that's, I just have kind of Kanban board here, and then I am kind of planning, for example, to do for the next release and whatever. But that is not my kind of main tool of work. I still using OmniFocus for kind of general kind of planning, and I'm just throwing all the tasks in that. And yeah, this is kind of little bit more visual kind of way to kind of see all those tasks in front of my eyes. Hey, Rafael, hello. You like that? That was a mechanical keyboard with noise cancelling. Yeah, those that's nice. That's good that someone else found them funny. I'm kind of worried a little bit that those are kind of too much dad jokes. Maybe not very funny. And yeah, then OmniFocus or things. I'm kind of checking back on OmniFocus because they kind of released it, not released it. It is available in kind of in beta, OmniFocus 4. And basically I have my projects here as well. I'm kind of writing down tasks what I'm planning to do, but here if you have just long list with things, with tasks, it is kind of handy to do not forget it, to have everything in one place, but it is not very visual, you know. That is the reason why I started to use GitHub projects. Have freelance kind of tasks, whatever. But I do not recommend OmniFocus to anyone. Things is kind of visually nicer application and easier to use. OmniFocus has kind of really huge kind of I would say learning curve. Here you can also kind of split something visually, stuff like that. I don't know. I will say that strong part of OmniFocus is that you can kind of hide tasks which are kind of not active currently with things. Basically you have all of them in front of your eyes and you somehow should unsee them. Hit the like button. Yeah, Rafael, thanks for reminder. Guys, we need more likes on this video. Can you help? We have 30 persons watching now, more than 30, and 25 likes only. Someone from you forget that like button. Yeah. How do you do research about new app idea? I have a video about that. Actually, I have multiple videos on that topic. I am not making those videos very often, but when I do, playlists on my channel, in playlists, let me find it. Here it is, in the app development. So in this playlist, I will copy paste that link in the chat. Check out this playlist someday later. But in this playlist there are multiple videos. Those all videos are about indie app development if you are into that, so check that out. And the bottom one is app building stories, basically how to find profitable app ideas. That is something, that is answer on your question. But I'm not I often building applications what I want to have, and you know, if you at least if you want to have application like that and you want to use it, basically that is kind of good because you already have one user and you know this user requirements and wishes and so on, and then you may know then you can hope that there is someone else like you who wants similar application. That's kind of one way of doing that. Another way is because basically you have to find some pain points, some problems, and offer and users who willing to solve this problem and offer solution to them. But there are many details, you know. Maybe there are user group which have some problem and they want solution but don't want to pay for solution, you know, something like that. Maybe they have problem but don't know that they have a problem. You basically have to find it and market and sell to them this kind of solution. Maybe they don't even need it, and so on and so on. That's kind of tricky. Technical research. What do you mean by technical research? Do you mean app architecture and so on? No, because you know, usually as indie developer, you would like to focus on relatively small apps and simple projects, and you would like to release MVP quickly. So whatever is your future kind of imagined kind of scalability problems, you have to solve them later when you will really have it. On beginning, you have to have some maybe one kind of simple single task kind of application, some simple solution application to solve one problem, but well, for those users who may have it. And if that works, and if that kind of application have legs and growing, and you see that users are using it, then you can think about kind of technical side, how to kind of make it scalable, all that stuff, you know, if that's what you're asking about, technical research. Also, you should do market research first, business research first, and only then kind of jump into all the technical problems. Fallen still working while listening Eversmear's radio. You're working very long hours then. GitHub is good for a public part. I was using it for our OS project, yeah. Do you have apps that could help cleaning all that snow? Nope. My solution is to live in apartment building, and then you have maintenance included in rent, and not rent, but yeah, maintenance fee, and they are kind of hemming and cleaning all the snow. That's my solution. For many kind of problems, there are existing solutions, and you don't need to build anything new. But yeah, there is plenty of snow in Latvia right now. It's pitch dark outside and do not see anymore, but there was pause in the middle of the day without snow, but on the morning it was snowing, snowfall. Now it is back again, yeah. Okay. So yeah, check out that in the app development playlist. Basically, there are plenty of questions covered. Okay, seems that we are already over an hour. It is kind of nice to jump on those YouTube streams, but I'm usually doing those at night, shortly before going to sleep. And probably we could wrap up if you have no more questions. I already covered that part about artificial intelligence, so do not worry. We are safe as a programmers, as you saw from those examples, and obviously there will be no changes for, I don't know, next few years. And even after that, I don't know, some simple tasks, of course, those could be automated. GitHub Copilot is around for a while already, so that is not a problem. That is help to us to be more efficient, to spend less time on kind of tasks that are not so interesting. I remember when I learned Java, and I wrote my few projects which I did in Java. The most annoying part was write all those getters and setters in Java. I don't know how it works nowadays, but back in the days you had to write all of that by hand. And I already kind of understood at that moment that it is kind of miserable and I do not want to do that. You're using your Sony? Yes, I'm using my Sonys basically all the time. They were in warranty for a week, maybe, something like that. But they are working again, yeah. About your app that you showed, make a 100k per month, how many install it has? Active users are about from 5 to 6,000 active users. And you know, new users coming in, old coming out, going out, stuff like that. How many installations, downloads and stuff like that, I don't really know. I have to check, but that really probably doesn't matter. You love Java. That is, you know, Stockholm syndrome. Nowadays you let JetBrains write the class. Yeah, I assume that happens automatically, yeah, with Copilot or stuff like that. But writing that getters and setters was kind of, I already back in those days, I already felt like, what the hell I'm doing here? Why? That should happen somehow without me. That should be somehow built in just defining variables. Kotlin better than Java. Thomas, maybe for Android development. For server side, I'm not sure. I learned Java back in what it was, 2000, middle 2000s, 2000 or early 2000s, something like that. I was thinking that maybe I will be Java enterprise developer. But those getters and setters kind of killed that idea. What's your take on web development? Is it too saturated market now? Butter Chicken, I will say so that there are questions like that are raised kind of all the time. Is developers market already oversaturated and so on. But in my opinion, problem is that is basically that, you know, like that catch 21 in US. For example, when you kind of finishing out those colleges and looking for a job, and you are kind of 21-year-old and everyone is asking for experience and you have zero, and you are not getting job because you don't have experience. That is the same in programming. As soon as you are kind of feeling that you are ready for junior, kind of apply for junior jobs, you're starting to look for them, you're starting to apply for them, and you see that competition is huge. No one is hiring. You have to apply for hundreds of jobs to get one. And that's basically is the same in any niche. Is web a little bit more saturated? Yeah, maybe, because entry level in web, technical entry level in web is kind of relatively easy. You can, I don't know, go in public library and do programming for web on those computers. You know, you need almost nothing. And so everyone from kind of, let's say, developing countries where young guys don't have much of money can kind of build some or buy some crappy cheap PC and learn development. That is basically their kind of golden ticket to kind of get into the web development. So yes, on those entry level kind of projects on online job platforms and on applications for web developers jobs, of course, competition is huge. That becomes better as soon as you get first one or second job. Basically, after that, it is easy ride already. Everyone already wants to hire you. And you are kind of sitting like a princess. No, I'm not interested. No. It's challenging to get those first jobs. Get first projects on online job platforms. Also, it is really very hard. Been there as well, yeah. I find C++ nice, but has its difficulties in some ways. Yeah. Do you use paid ads for marketing? No, I don't. Yes, first job in each and every niche is kind of hardest one. And that's one of the reasons when I say that do not even try to go for junior positions if you have any experience in any programming. If you are switching from web development to mobile development, that doesn't mean that you are a beginner. You have kind of experience working on production code in company together with QA, with product managers, with PMs, with whatever, I don't know. You know how to how to close the ticket in Jira. You know how to push to the repository. Juniors are coming, they are maybe saying that, yeah, they know this and that, but they don't have practical job experience. That's the biggest difference between junior and any other developer who was working for at least one day in any job, in any touch, in any other programming niche. Okay, guys. Thank you everyone for coming. I was regular kind of streams was on Wednesday. Didn't manage to do that yesterday, so but I'm here today. We'll try to be back online on Wednesday night next week. We'll see how that will go. Thank you for all the likes on stream. Thank you for coming, and see you next one. Bye bye. Tomorrow Twitch, I will try. I have meetings on the morning. I will try to do Twitch on the afternoon. No promises, sorry, but I will try. Okay, bye.